NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, Watson. His throw incomplete. It was Quincy Wilson that time, was able to make the play defensively.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Watson trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7th. A carry for Foreman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
2nd and goal from the 1. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Texans have taken the early lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now out comes Houston. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second is Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now running right through it. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Richmond.
Now Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Here's Hines. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run with Foreman, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Come back. Down. Green.
Here's Watson now on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And a loose football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Rush comes and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember.
And that's truly the way to change field position, isn't it? Block the punt and then take over inside the 5-yard line. What a tremendous job by them. You change momentum, you change field position, and give yourself a chance to score.
So a great special teams play. They block the punt, and excellent field position, 1st and goal. To throw is Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Push.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce And he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The 30, the 20, and he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A huge play that time for the Colts. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Watson on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Foreman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Come back, come back. Green the line. Green the line. Come back, come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Flex round. Flex round.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's second. I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Black 22. Black 22.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Watson. They're able to locate Wilson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Watson flushed out right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Watson on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 38. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So we've come upon halftime here. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now back to throw. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard, your receiver...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they've really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he stopped immediately there. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one left side caught by Barrios. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, sharp.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his 6th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll wind up short of the goal line. So they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire It sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. This is Hines. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go to the ground attack here. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Ohio! Ohio!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They run with Hines. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. They'll try to run with Hines. And the D not yielding much catch there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's Hines, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Foreman. And an alley to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Foreman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter, in the zone, the ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Houston. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They begin the drive with Hines, and there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run again with Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Houston, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's